So I've been here in Asia for quite a while now, something like 9-10 months or so, and as much as I've enjoyed it, I feel the time has come to move on. The time has come to move onwards and upwards. The time has come to change my setting, change up the location of exploration. Shit. I'm going somewhere where it's really warm right now and where there are really nice people, open and friendly. See that? That is the Opera House. And that is the Harbor Bridge. Which means only one thing. It means that I am in the city of Sydney. Look at these people. They have no idea. I've been down here in Sydney a few days now. Actually more. But for the sake of continuity of this video, let's just pretend that it's been only a few days. Fixed my broccoli haircut, got some new clothes, and got burned a few times, which is a part of the deal when you're down under in Australia. So yeah, I've changed my environment from Asia to Australia. Pretty drastic change. Was definitely a bit of a shock to the system, but you know, kind of used to it by now already. Check out the view. Cool view, hey? But what I've been inspired to talk about from this move from Asia down here to down under in Australia is the power of travel. Now everybody says that's, you know, that idea gets bounced around a lot. Oh, travel is so powerful, travel will change you, and this and that. And I think that's very true, actually. But I want to go deeper. Like, what does travel actually do for you? Like, why is travel so powerful? So that is what I want to dedicate this video to. Power of travel. So when all of us grow up in a certain place, be it the city, be it even the countryside, wherever, we get highly subjected to the belief systems, the perspectives on life of the environment that we're in. And so essentially we become a product of the culture, of the society that we grew up in. Essentially, as a child, you absorb everything. You absorb the perspectives of just everyone around you. It's through your parents primarily, then is media, then is, teachers and school system and all that stuff. And you're a product of that conditioning of your environment. That is changing now because of the internet, the free spread of ideas, because of our internet, through social media, through YouTube, a good medium for spreading ideas. But I still think it holds true what I said about how your environment is, you're the product of your environment in many senses, in many levels. And so with all of that said, what you're doing when you travel is essentially you're changing your whole context, your whole environment, the environment that you're in. And what that really allows you to do is to get that contrast between you, your perspective, your way of living life, your way of seeing life, versus the perspectives and views on life of the place that you're in. And that really affords you the opportunity to re-examine your own yourself, essentially, because that change that you put yourself through when you travel, it really brings your own thinking and your own perspective to light, you could say. So that's why that's where travel can really help you grow. It can help you evolve your perspective on life. For example, 3 years ago when I first came down here to Australia, came down under for the first time. It was the first time I left Europe. And I remember how shocked, or you could also say surprised, I was at how friendly and open the Australians are, how they kind of greet you differently in stores and stuff, and how, for example, the friends of my buddy that lives down here, how friendly and how open they were to me, as opposed to where I'm from, Latvia. People tend to be much more reserved, and forming friendships is generally kind of a slower process, which is, fine, no judgments. But it really it really kind of shifted my thinking, and it showed me that things can be, started to show me that things occur differently elsewhere on the planet. So that's one example. Another bright example of this, I think, at least in my experience, has been Silicon Valley. Whoa! So yeah, Silicon Valley. In Silicon Valley, there's this air. There's possibility in the air. People believe that they can do things, that they can achieve things, and you really pick that vibe up once you're there. And I think that's what a lot of people do. A lot of entrepreneurs go there, and they really take that home with them, take that back to wherever they return to. Another example I can mention right off the bat, a big one for me, was Brazil. Brazilians are just so incredibly friendly, expressive. They like to sing, dance, and enjoy life. And I don't know, to me that seems kind of the way that life is supposed to be, instead of a big drag where you just struggle and then you die. So yeah, it's raining real hard now. Oh no. try to hide myself. So yeah, I think I covered my own perspectives on this quite thoroughly. Shared my own thinking on this as I've developed it over time. I hope it was interesting to listen to. maybe you gained something, maybe you didn't. Maybe you wasted 10 minutes of your life. Too bad. So yeah, I'll cut it here. See ya.